The tragic fate of John Daly is not defined by a single moment of downfall, but by a long, public battle between extraordinary talent and deeply personal demons that unfolded under the unforgiving spotlight of professional sports. John Daly burst onto the golf world like a force of nature, winning the 1991 PGA Championship as a little-known alternate and instantly becoming one of the most electrifying figures the sport had ever seen. With his immense driving distance, raw power, and fearless approach, Daly represented everything golf had never quite allowed before. Fans loved him for that very reason, but the same qualities that made him magnetic also contributed to a turbulent life that would slowly take its toll. Unlike contemporaries such as Tiger Woods, whose careers were shaped by discipline and structure, Daly lived in defiance of convention. His struggles with alcoholism, gambling, smoking, and weight were never hidden. They played out publicly, often overshadowing his undeniable talent. Over the years, Daly's health became a growing concern as repeated injuries, surgeries, and lifestyle-related complications began to erode both his physical capabilities and professional consistency. Despite winning 2 major championships and achieving fame most athletes can only dream of, Daly frequently found himself battling suspensions, financial problems, and public scrutiny. His honesty about addiction earned respect from some and criticism from others, but it also painted a picture of a man trapped between who he was and who the world expected him to be. Financially, Daly's career earnings were substantial, yet reports of massive gambling losses and costly divorces fueled the narrative of a fortune repeatedly slipping through his fingers. As younger, fitter players began dominating the tour, Daly's relevance in elite competition faded, replaced by nostalgia and concern rather than anticipation. Health scares, including life-threatening complications and hospitalizations, reinforced the sense that his body was paying the price for decades of excess. Even as he transitioned into later stages of his career, including appearances on senior tours, Daly's name was often mentioned less for his scorecards and more for his struggles. What makes John Daly's story particularly tragic is not that he failed, but that he succeeded spectacularly and still seemed unable to escape his inner battles. He remains a symbol of wasted potential to critics and raw authenticity to supporters, a man who refused to be molded but paid dearly for that refusal. His legacy is complicated. 2 major titles, countless fans, and an influence on the modern power game, yet also a cautionary tale about the cost of living without restraint. The tragedy lies in the contrast between what John Daly achieved and what he might have achieved had his talent been matched by stability. His story continues to resonate because it exposes the fragile line between freedom and self-destruction, fame and isolation, strength and vulnerability.